Doing great. Just busy as usual.
Yeah, that's great. Busy is great. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's good to be busy.
Yeah, great. Okay, so let me start sharing with you the news. Yeah, today's news, I think it's pretty much really interesting. The first one is it's on globaltrender.com. GLOBETRENDER.com. And the title is Facebook develops virtual reality wristband powered by brand signals. So pretty much, and I think this article, yeah, is pretty much this platform, and then pretty the overall idea is that Facebook is going to launch their XR wristband, and then it kind of interprets neural signals from the brand that could control Facebook's revolutionary augmented reality glass. So yeah, this post was written by Olivia P. So pretty much the overall concept is that Facebook, because when we are doing the scrolling or swiping, right, and then our brain pretty much send a neural signals to our fingers, so our fingers knows what to do, and by having a wristband, that wristband can pretty much catch the neural signals from your wrist to your finger. Yeah, so it's kind of in between, and then the wrist can get the signal and then pretty much turn any surface into a keyboard, right? Because it knows like you are typing something, right? The wrist, so it can pretty much turn anything into, even though your hand is in the middle of the air, it can still detect that you are typing something. So pretty much turn anything into a keyboard. And then Facebook even said that they are going to get more and more data from your brand. So it probably can know you before you even know yourself. For example, if you go home, right? If you kind of wear your running shoes, and Facebook probably or the system knows, oh, you are probably going out to run or exercise, so the music will start playing. So and then the more you use the system, the more that the system learns about you. So in the future, Facebook will know you and provide a better service. But at the end of the article, it also mentions that Facebook should be aware of the personal data and the safety and security to implement in this system, and then also tell the user what they are going to do about or why they need those data, right? So this is a very interesting article, because right now we are talking about like using I remember a few days ago I saw a Facebook like virtual reality lab. They are doing the ultra low friction gesture, which means that once you wear that wristband, like integrate with the neural signal device, then all your gestures should be very minimized, and then you can achieve a lot just by moving a little bit of your fingers. So which means that the accessibility, nearly everyone can use it, even someone who couldn't really move their body well, everyone can use it. So so what do you think of the news, Ellen? Any feedback?
Well, as usual, I think I love technology. I love anything that makes life a little bit easier. But as like most people, I'm always very concerned about how much information is being utilized and for what reason. So, yeah, I don't know off the top of my head. I haven't seen this specific technology yet. I think as time goes by, they integrate more and more of this stuff into our daily lives, and again, for the most part, it's being used to help, I think, the situation, like I said, to make things faster, easier, better. But yeah, like I said, I'm always just a little concerned about them knowing too much or paying too much attention to what I do.
Yeah, right. Facebook is like a Santa Claus, like he knows everything you are doing. He knows when you are sleeping. He knows whether you are bad or good. So it's pretty scary.
Yeah. And there's not, you have to think like, I'm probably not doing terrible things, of course, but just how much data is being used. I don't like it when I know I'm being marketed to as well. So if for some reason I do a search on a certain topic and then all of a sudden I start seeing those advertisements pop up in my browser, that does bother me. That I don't think it's a very comforting way to market somebody, because I think it's all just automated, and it bothers me kind of that that's the approach. But I know it happens probably a lot when I'm not paying attention either. And it's just the way businesses kind of are these days. But yeah, who knows how much more it's going to keep track of things. So.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And I think that in the future, data is the most important assets, right? A lot of companies, they just want your data. Once they get everyone's data, for example, like a Google, later on we will talk about Google. Yeah, once you get everything, then you can pretty much achieve anything as long as you got the data. So data is so important.
Like you said, if they know that you're putting on your shoes, you're getting ready to run. If you do that every day for a certain amount of time, then they realize, well, you're probably a sports enthusiast, so they can start marketing sports advertisements to you, and kind of, which again might be okay if you're into sports. Obviously, that makes sense. But yeah, I think there's a fine line there somewhere with the data, and it's interesting to see kind of how that all works out. So.
Yeah, and before, if you don't like Facebook to watch you, you can, close it or use Ignito, right? But right now it's like directly goes to your brain, right? So it's like they just know you. You couldn't even lie it.
That's scary already.
Yeah, right. So I don't know. Maybe I'm a little concerned, but yeah. And recently I'm listening a bunch of like AI powered podcasts or some books, and it also talks about like maybe in the future, in order to work with AI or control AI, because super intelligence AI might come out. I don't know, a lot of people said that it's not that fast, but it will happen eventually. So so maybe we need to upload our brain to the cloud, right? And our physical body is just an avatar in the physical world. And we probably can upload our brain, and our brain can exist in anywhere as long as there's Wi-Fi, or that might be pretty.
Something tells me that even in the distant future, when that's possible, we'll still have bad connections with Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of issues with connecting Wi-Fi. We are still not there. It's like, a few days ago my Wi-Fi was down, and I was like, wow, oh my god, this. And we were talking about 5G and neural signals, and now even 4G's Wi-Fi, there are some issues. So it's fine. Probably next generation. Like a long time later. Okay.
Maybe they should work on that technology first before they start connecting things to brains.
Yes. Okay, so next one will be Snapchat AR. Right now, Snapchat AR let you use your entire body to create visual masterpiece. So this news is XReality news. So if you want to take a look, the header is called "These Snapchat AR lenses that you use your entire body to create visual masterpiece." Okay, so pretty much in this news, it talks about, because I remember back in 2017 or 18, I've already seen a lot of, full body enabled, or like you can use your whole body to create something. And now Snapchat, I think after 4 years, the same thing, same technology, but now Facebook, Snapchat AR lens that's let you use the entire body to create a visual masterpiece. I think before when I saw, I forgot what company, but they pretty much they can map out the skeleton of your body. So pretty much when you move, there will be like you can track like the AR can track your skeleton. So you can do a lot of interesting stuff. For example, like drawing something or moving something, and it can turn it will turn your body into different avatar. For example, like octopus or something, right? And you can dance with it and it will follow your dance. So right now, I think Snapchat AR lenses, a lot of developers start using the skeleton tracking or whole body tracking to do some interesting effect, such as disco fever, right? So yeah, if you can see the screen, you can see like some people they are dancing, and there are a lot of neon or disco kind of effect, kind of start branching out to the reality. So yeah, so you can definitely create a bunch of cool effects without going to post production. So yeah, so this is kind of like, it's called disco. Let me see. The name is called Catch Disco Fever, and another one is called Robot. If you want to make yourself as a robot in a post apocalypse, wasteland, right? So you can pretty much download the robot Snapchat lens, and if you can see the screen, pretty much it will turn you a robot and pretty much catch all your body movement and replace the head with your head. So, and you can see the background is very interesting. So it can catch your whole body and turn you into a robot. And the third one will be neon, right? It can pretty much make neon surround you, so you can turn pink and glowing, right? A lot of different stuff, and pretty much kind of like a very interesting effect. Another one is Nike Yoga. Nike Yoga Snapchat lens challenge you to hold 3 yoga pose for 10 seconds. A little bit similar to TikTok, right? TikTok, a lot of AR creative lenses or creative campaign challenge came from TikTok, right? TikTok love to use influencers, right? And then doing a lot of TikTok challenge. And once you can do it, and for example, I do it and I share with my friends, and my friends start doing it, and pretty soon everyone is doing it. So you can just like scrolling and just type the hashtag and type the keywords of the challenge. You can see different people doing the same challenge. So Nike Yoga is using the AR lens. For example, like the first one, if you can see my screen, the girl is holding, the hands up, and then there's visualization graphics, and then telling you like, oh, this is 1 minute or like 10 seconds, right? Like start counting down and see whether you can hold this position or not. And the little icon is kind of overlay with you, so you can make sure whether your pose is right or not. So a little bit of similar, I would say a little similar to Dance Revolution. If you can fit this pose and for 10 seconds, you finish the challenge, right? And you can move on to the next challenge. So similar to what TikTok did before. So I think this is a pretty interesting way to gamify exercise or yoga, and then make it fun and shareable, right? Yeah, and then so those are pretty interesting Snapchat lens that using your entire body to create some interesting effect. So do you have any thoughts, Ellen, for the news?
Yeah, I think Snapchat's been one of the more successful companies doing the AR stuff, especially for marketing reasons. So yeah, putting all the stuff on your face is pretty fun, but I think I'm more kind of interested in the practical applications of it. So being able to kind of monitor the body, the skeletal structure of the body, I believe they're using pose estimation, AI technology called pose estimation to actually track the individual points of the body. I like the use case more for like you said, showing you how to do different types of yoga poses. But also they use it in industrial applications to make sure that people are picking up objects with their legs as opposed to their back, and just exercising, kind of keeping track of how you do your sports activity potentially. So there's a lot of applications for that specific technology. And I know, I guess, like you'd mentioned, they're using it to put avatars on you and get up and move around. And so I guess anything that makes somebody get up and move and exercise is probably a good thing as well. But yeah, I think that technology is got a lot of applications as well.
Yeah, I think AR definitely, because I had some students learning UX UI from me, and then I told them, like my new students, about the AR VR stuff. And when they heard of AR, everyone think of Snapchat, like, oh, it's like the fun stuff for entertainment. But when they join the meetup or listen to more conference, they start realize that AR VR has have so many potentials to help us or enhance our life. So I still feel like, a lot of meetings or conference, we are talking to the audience that, it's already there, right? For example, we are talking like every day, and people who are interested, we are learning more and more. But the general public, they are like, when they think of AR, they think of Snapchat. So, which I think the thing about Snapchat is that they are successfully marketing, telling everyone, right, about AR. But right now, what's the next step? There's no other, other successful AR platform or other device that can branch out to the audience that is outside of this niche group, right? So I think, yeah, Snapchat is pretty successful to bring the AR concept to to everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. It's good, no matter how it's being used, that it's making it more legitimate. So that's always good.
Yeah, cool. And okay, so the third and the last news is still in mobile AR reality news. So yeah, if you are interested, you can go to mobilear.reality.news. Yeah, and this article was written by Tommy P. And the title is called "You Can See to the Other Side of the World with Google's latest web-based AR experiment." Just like we talked about, right now, big companies getting a lot of our data. And the more data they get, the more crazy, or I would say super app they can create. Like this app. This app is called Floom, Floom, Floom. Pretty much it uses WebXR, right? AR experience. So it's a little bit sci-fi, sci-fi concept. So pretty much you aim your flower, right? You aim your flower, and pretty much there will be a proto coming out, and you can see exactly what's going on at the other side of the world. Or you can see, for example, like as far as I know, that Taiwan and America is kind of, they are kind of on the other side of each other, right? So for example, for some reason, if I stand somewhere in America, then I can see some part, for example, if that is the case, I can see, somewhere in Taiwan just by using this app. and this app will, draw a hole or reveal a hole and reveal what's the scenery right under your feet on the other end of the earth, which is very crazy. And then I think it's because, like Google got so many data around the earth, so they can pretty much, use this technology to, like by using this technology, they can integrate all their data together, so they can come up with this app. I think this app is very interesting, and I really think this is a very good idea. And the next one will be measure. I think Apple is doing that. Measure the real world object, right? And the third one is SODAR, SODAR. It's the because of COVID, we have to stay 6 feet from each other. So this is kind of like a social distance app, so which allows you to measure whether the area is safe from each other. So you can scan the floor, and the floor will have a 6 feet or 2 millimeter or 2 meter big circle, right? Meter circle. So make sure you are stay 6 feet from each other. I think this app is pretty useful, especially for right now. So yeah, and then another one will be something similar to to time capsule. So because Google has a lot of your photos, if you have Android phone, right? And then Google has all the place map app, so you can use that function, and then pretty much it will allow you to see all your memories in the right location. So yeah, it's kind of like time capsule. So any thoughts on those news, Ellen?
Yeah, I'm familiar with the measurement app. I actually use it every once in a while on the iOS side to just kind of measure, things in general around the house. I think that, again, those are scenarios or samples of products that serve a really useful function. I know there's always an entertainment side of things, but when you can kind of utilize that type of technology to just make things easier kind of in your daily life, I think that's pretty important. I know there's a new sample I saw recently where it actually identifies objects. So say, for example, you're going to send something to the post office, it'll actually measure the box. It identifies the corners of the box and then tells you how big it is, tells you the volume and other information about it as well. So again, these are just quick applications that kind of give you quicker access to information that is useful, I'd say. So yeah, that's it.
Cool. Yeah. So I think today I feel like Facebook is doing a lot of stuff. And before I was thinking about, once Apple launched their AR glass, then it might kind of like dominate the whole market. But Facebook is doing something that is, wow, that is blow my mind. They are using new.
Well, I think as soon as the glasses become more available, that'll change a lot of things. Because currently, to use some of these apps, obviously you have to hold your phone up and you have to interact. At least one of your hands has to be used. But to have the glasses kind of always have the information right there available, I think will make things a lot easier. Some of that will change significantly at that point. So.
Yeah, for example, like I would say a lot of AR apps, they are really useful, right? But because you need a phone, so it always kind of, I would say, hinder or make things a little harder. But once you wear the glass, everything changes, right? It's like, so I'm looking forward to Facebook and Apple, and I'm looking forward to all the AR device and all the new contents. Yeah, so our world will be pretty interesting.
It should be.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for joining me today. And yeah, today is Thursday, and I will see you tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you very much. Take care.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Thank you so much. And I will see you next time. Bye-bye.